how to do is these. Here's the name for this puppy, and there's two more that I did. This one, that's his name, and they're just really cute. As of supplies that you need, and I'm gonna do one. And this is the other one. But then I just thought that I wanted to do something with his name on it too, because these are that's because. Alright, so first of all, this is what I did to personalize his name. So that's his first name and his last name. And I just put these little bones on that. That's made of vinyl. And this is the fabric I'm gonna be using for his. So you just need a plate, a clear plate, and this is glass. And then you're gonna need some Mod Podge. This one is dishwasher safe, so that means when it cures, you can actually wash this in the dishwasher if you want to. But these are just for treats. So I don't think we're gonna wash. I'm gonna wash this. But if you, in case you want to make them so that person can wash them, then that's what you can do. I also need like one of these foam brushes, just some scissors or a trimmer, whatever you call that thing, to cut the fabric. What I do to measure it is just put it up against the fabric. So that's why I have this one taped off. See that blue tape right there. So I know exactly where I'm gonna place it. And then I use this you can say it's contact to go underneath. And you want to make sure the plate's clean, so I just have this alcohol, cheap alcohol, 70% or whatever it is. Oh, this is 91%. But it doesn't really matter, just to get anything off. And then you take like a paper towel or something like that, which I'm using, and you just put it on the plate. It doesn't have to be saturated, but you just want to clean back. You clean the back of it where the fabric and the Mod Podge are gonna go, and just wait for it to dry. It's not gonna take that long, just a few seconds or so. And that's all you need. So you just need a plate, your Mod Podge. You can use regular Mod Podge. You don't have to use the dishwasher safe one. This one takes 28 days to cure. So that means it won't be completely dry for 28 days versus the other Mod Podge and foam brush. Okay? And your fabric, or whatever you choose, whatever you want to do. All right, so I'm just gonna place it. Let me see if I can make it. All right, maybe. Hopefully, you guys can see it good. But I have it down where I want it. And if this is not clear enough, or you guys have any questions, let me know. Leave the questions in the comment section. All right, so what I'm gonna do, I'm just gonna flip over the plate. Okay, and I'm just gonna apply I'm gonna actually take this Mod Podge. I'm just gonna pour it on. Not a whole lot. Well, pretty much um you can always add more if you need to. And I always do the first layer first. And then if you have these vinyl letters, it's not gonna affect those. I want to personalize these, so or you can actually do like a design. You can do whatever you want in vinyl. And then put the Mod Podge over it. And So you guys, hopefully you can see how much Mod Podge I have on here. I don't like touching it, but I don't mind. So that's literally what I did. Just gliding across the plate. And then I get the sides because it's gonna go over to the sides, but it's not gonna go around to the front of the plate. Hopefully you'll be able to see what I mean. I don't know how long it's gonna let me do this live for, but hopefully it'll give me enough time to show you guys everything I'm talking about. And so once you do get the first layer on, it's something like surface off. I got some excess Mod Podge on here. It is still easy to clean off before it completely dries. So what I'm gonna do, so that way I can see it, is I'm just gonna flip the plate over. I want to make sure it's gonna go where I need it to be. And it looks good right there, I think. That's good. I know you guys can't see it yet, but I'm gonna flip it over so you can see it, but I just want to make sure I got the placement. Okay. So what I'm gonna do next is I'm gonna flip the plate over, but this is so far what it looks like. Okay. And I'm just gonna undo this piece of tape right here. I'm just gonna trim the fabric so I don't have to press all this extra fabric out. What I mean by press it is because you're gonna press it with your fingers. And you can cut the corners, as you can see. It just makes it a lot easier to get it adhered to the plate. Once you see what I mean, but you don't have to do this. It just makes it easier. Less to trim at the very end. So nothing has to be perfect. Shouldn't be pulling the fabric. So that's literally how it is. I'm not holding anything down or up against the plate. It's already on there. But now you just want to take and smooth it. This is probably the most important part besides cleaning it before you start, because this is gonna make sure you don't have any wrinkles if you're doing this properly. So you just smooth it out so you can feel the plate and you don't feel any like air bubbles or anything like that. And this is actually going to be a perfect fit. So what I'm going to do now, hopefully you guys can see it, because I know this said to rotate the device. I want to make sure you can see what I'm doing. It's really simple. It's really easy. Now I'm just going to take another layer of Mod Podge. Oops, quite a bit. Probably don't need that much. I can scrape the excess back into the container if I choose to do that, which I think I will. So I'm just going to, now I'm just going to go ahead and around the whole plate all over again. So this is the second coat, and when I do the edges, I like to do it in the direction of like the side of the fabric. Like on the right side, I'm gonna go from left to right, and the sides near me, I'm gonna go towards myself in a downwards motion, and then the ones on the top, I'm gonna go away from me in the upwards direction. And then the one on the left, yeah, a little bit more. I'm gonna go to the left direction. Okay. I like to get it pretty saturated, but not to the point where, it's excessive, because you want it to be able to, even though it does take 28 days to cure, you still want to be able to let it penetrate through and not take fiber to penetrate there. So that's all I'm doing now. Make sure that there's enough of the Mod Podge on here. And typically what I will do, I say typically, like I literally just did these for the first time. You can't see me. I want to make sure you guys see what I'm doing. I'm just gonna put this plate up. I don't know the feeling of this stuff. You can wear gloves. I do both. I do either gloves or not, but when I'm doing the part where I'm molding it to the plate, I like to do it without gloves so I can actually feel that it's getting molded properly to the plate and that there are no kind of like wrinkles or anything in it. That's what I think I'm in, not air bubbles. But anyway, that's it. It's just I'm gonna keep doing that until, and I'm kind of, you see, I'm kind of going in around where the fabric is. So I'm doing that. And I'm just gonna go all the way around with this. And kind of like hold it a little bit. So just to dampen the edges to mold around the plate. You don't really have to do this. I just do it because when it does dry, gets dry enough, then you trim off the excess. Okay, trim the excess off. And it'll be a little bit easier to trim off because it's hardened in that direction. All right, so since the Mod Podge is pretty, this is all you have to do. And it's really wet. I don't know if you guys can see my hands, but it's kind of like, to me it feels gross. It's just too wet. But, and when I wash it off my hands, it kind of takes, I don't know, takes a few washes. But you could do these for like holidays, you could do these for any occasion, or just to have some dishes that you know, like some plates, a place that you might want. In this case, I want to do it for the dogs because I think it's a cute little gift or whatever you want to call it. With their names personalized on it. I do have the treats I made for all of them with their names on it too. I make a personalized treats. Or dog cookies. We don't use the word treat for our dog, but a lot of people do. So I'm gonna show you guys once it's molded, because it doesn't take that long. It's just a matter of pressing. I'm gonna show you pressing the fabric like nice and straight and keeping it tight with your fingers. So that's literally all you're gonna be doing. I wasn't put the treats on here on this video, but I don't have them out, so I'm not gonna go in the fridge and get them. Alright, so that's it. Let me see. What is that? Oh, okay. Oh, that's. I kind of want to move this fabric a little bit though, because I want the dog. I'm gonna have to move it. It's pretty easy to move, so nothing to worry about there. I'm gonna move it because if you guys can see, in the middle of the letter C of his name, it's a doggy, like part of the paw thing. Move it over a little bit. I wasn't even paying attention to that. Can I? Oh, I'm just trying to look at it and see. I don't think that I'm gonna be able to really do it like that, but I do just check on your fabric before you start putting it down, so that way. Yes, I mean you can move this a little bit, but if you don't have to, you know what I mean. But anyway, I'm gonna keep molding this to the plate. And I'll try to move it and see if I can find a better position for it. I don't even know how to pause it so you guys don't come watch this section. But it's such a cute little print fabric. Alright, so I just pulled it, I moved it a little bit. And make sure I have enough to wrap around this part, so to move it back. Still a little bit slippery, that's because I have Mod Podge on the surface and on my plate, obviously. So it's a little bit slippery. But once you get it molded the way you want it to, like where you want it to be, then you could just let it sit and dry by air. I don't try to blow drying. It's a little bit because I moved it too much. But I didn't try the blow drying method. You could probably do that if you want it to dry quicker. But I would still stay on the side of caution if you want to make sure that it's dishwasher safe. I wouldn't rely on drying it with a blow dryer or a heat gun to make it so that it cures faster, because I don't know if that will work or not. I thought about it, but then I'm like, let me just let the curing process take place. You can still use it beforehand, just for display purposes, I guess. But just make sure if your bottle tells you to wait before you use it. I don't see where it says that on there, but you could take a look. 1 to 2 hours to dry between coats. I don't do that. Cure for 28 days and clean up with wet soap and water. So that's all you have to do to clean it up. I'm just gonna go ahead and just do the process again because when I moved it, I kind of like moved where I can cut it at the edge. I'm gonna make sure that I get that part. I really should have painted this little foot down there. But I wasn't, because I like the fabric so much. I thought it was so cute, and I just wanted to do this one for him. So this is what his is gonna look like. So it's basically this video is a little bit longer than it should be, but I just wanted to show you guys. This is it. That's his plate. That's his tray plate. His cookie plate. And when I do bake those, I'm gonna do another one where I show like the different cookies that I'm making for him. I do ones with like all different types of shapes. And so this one, and I'll show you guys when I do the next video, but I don't want to just show you the cookies. I'm gonna show you actually how I do the whole process. And all of his cookies are all organic, all ingredients that we can actually consume. And then they can be frozen for up to 8 months and refrigerated for 2 months. So we just keep them in the refrigerator, keep them there for 2 months. If you keep them in the freezer, you could do that for 8 months. And when they're frozen, I mean, my dog eats frozen food, like frozen meat, because he eats it raw. So he likes the frozen. Plus, it makes it a little bit better for their digestive system. Well, for when they're biting, because he eats his food like in 1 minute. He eats raw meat. That's a whole nother video. Alright, so this is it. It only took me this long because I moved it. You want it to be right on the edge, but like now, you see the overhang, the excess. So what I will do when it's time, when it's dry, I'm gonna just do it now just to show you guys, but you just wanna take your scissors and go around the plate and snip any excess out. There's more excess, but just to show you a quick example. And that's it. So let me know if you try this or if you like this idea and you want to try it. And if you do, you can put a comment so I can check yours out and see if you guys have any ideas to add to this. But this is the almost finished plate, not the completely finished, but the almost finished plate. I'm gonna wash my hands because I feel gross. I'm gonna let this dry. You can put it on either side to let it dry, but right now there's no air bubbles, there's no wrinkles. I keep saying air bubbles, there's no wrinkles, and the fabric is nice and taut. So, one more DIYs on whatever. Let me know. I'll try my best to do those. But this one is the one I want to come up with today because I already had it planned out to do this one. I just didn't do it until just now. So that's it. Hey guys, thanks for watching. If you are not subscribed already, hit the subscribe button, hit the notification bell, and you can visit at ABERCROMBEGRL. I'll put a link or the name in my description box so you guys can click on it if you want to, and you can see these finished ones. These ones are already dry. You can, and another thing I like about these, too, really quick. Oh, this upside down. Another thing I like about these is that for these, they're not gonna scratch any surfaces or anything like that. You know what I mean? Because they have this fabric on the bottom. That's what it sounds like, but it's dry already to touch. And these ones I did like these. This one I did probably about a week ago, and all I did was wash. And so we got a German Shepherd. We got a King Shepherd. That's what he looked like when he was a baby. Then I decided to get some cute, playful prints because I think it's cute, it's fun looking, and have like these kind of cute little designs. So, alright, that's it for this one. Thank you guys for watching. Thank you for all the new. I have noticed a lot more people subscribing to my channel. I do appreciate that. And I will see you guys in the next one. I never know how to turn this off.